Pavanamam Kevala Pavanamam Kevala.
So I moved to New York, New York City, which was just a couple hours north.
You go with Dada?
Not with that Dada, an office in New York City where the Dadas lived, and they said, we need someone to help. And so I moved there. They also need to pay the rent. So I got a part-time job and as doing handyman work again and doing wallpaper, putting like paper on the walls and to help pay the rent. And at that same time, I was reading a lot about the philosophy and eating vegetarian meals with them together.
Yes.
I was living at that office, and so after finishing the work, I would come back and we'd eat dinner, and I would live like the lifestyle of a spiritual person. I would be doing meditation 3 or 4 times a day. Then I would be doing singing Bhavanam Kevalam, the music, the kirtan, we call it kirtan. And I would help them. One Dada could not keep his bank account figures straight. I had to teach him how to settle the accounts. So he wouldn't, he always didn't know how to keep his account books straight. So I taught him how to keep his books, how to keep his accounts.
Can you help daily routine?
We went to weekly meeting. There was called a Dharma Chakra. Once a week, the members in New York City would come together and sing the Bhavanam Kevalam, and then for 30 minutes, do meditation for 30 minutes.
Many people?
Well, not so many, only a few at that time. Once a week, we'd have our collective meditation, our group meditation. So I was there for 3 years as an LFT. And at that time, after 3 years, my Dada, who taught me most of my lessons, said, oh, Baba is giving PC, personal contact. You should go to India, get PC. And I thought, India? I have I have money hardly even to pay the rent. How am I going to pay to go to India? And so far away. And,
yes.
And who is this Baba? Well, no, I knew who was Baba, but no, I didn't know him personally. So after a while, I was able to, my family, I was still in contact with my family in Philadelphia. They gave me some money to help me, and I was able to travel to India, and then I met Baba.
Very good. Your family supported you.
Well, they supported me, they paid for the ticket.
They know what you're doing.
They were surprised and shocked because they were Catholic, they were Christian. What are you doing? You're going to India? But they didn't want to block me. They didn't want to make me feel upset, so they thought, oh, this will pass. This is a phase he's going through, and then after he comes back, then he'll go back to being Catholic again. Yeah. They were able to kindly pay for my church. Maybe I paid for some of it because I was working part-time.
Yes.
I don't remember exactly what the percentage was, but...
So you went to India?
I went to India.
Only yourself or with some Dada?
I went alone.
Oh my God.
And it was a big culture shock when I went. Very big culture shock. I could talk about that maybe later, but
yes.
my trip to India, that was a big shock for me. Anyway, that's another story. So I had personal contact, and I came back, and I was continuing to live in New York City for a while.
After you have the PC, what kind of feeling? Different?
I can tell that as part of my India story, my PC story, because that's a separate chapter. I wanted to talk about Ananda today. Maybe another time I can talk about that.
Yeah.
Because we're going
maybe you
some
can
different
share
direction.
a little story.
About PC?
Or about you, some shock
Well,
story.
I can tell, okay, I won't tell my spiritual story, but my personal stories when I got there, I was used to things done in an American way because I'm American. So in America, you drive your car in one lane, and you put a turn indicator on, and then you pass, and you live in you turn in the other lane. In India, you don't do that. People just drive like in and out, like, and they almost crash into the other car, but they don't. Somehow they miss by a centimeter. They're constantly beeping. They were beep 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 beep.
Yes.
Very noisy, and the pollution. With the huge clouds of blue smoke would come out of the back of each car. So it was noisy and dirty, and then we'd have to stop in the street because a herd of goats would be coming across the street, and then we had to wait for the goats to pass. And then on the sidewalk, somebody was getting a shave right on the sidewalk, outside, not inside, but outside and on the pavement. And they oh, this is normal.
That time is 1989,
1989, something like that. Well, it was a culture shock because I wasn't used to the the noise and the not cars, but like three-wheeler cars. They go in and out, beeping the horn, and the noise and the pollution and the people could not understand my accent because they said I have an accent. I said no, you have an accent because they spoke with a British accent and I had my American accent. So we had to each repeat one sentence 3-4 times. So it took a long time to get basic communication. And the Dada, who taught me most of my lessons, he spoke very, very fast, and I sometimes couldn't understand because he would speak with his Indian, British, English accent. So all these things combined to give me a lot of culture shock. But so much for India. I could talk about something in my childhood if you wanted, but as a child, there was 2 points that happened. One, when I was in elementary school, they were teaching, all these new things you have to learn, there's new inventions and everything new. I thought, well, that's nice, but maybe there's something in the past that in the distant past, hundreds of years ago or thousands of years ago, there must be some knowledge or some benefit that we can learn in the modern society. Everything is so new. Maybe there's something being overlooked. So even from an early age, I had some thought as to maybe some wisdom that could be learned from the people of the past, because the people in the past were not stupid. They were very, very smart people, I'm sure.
How old are you?
In elementary school at that time.
So young, you can think about that. You think you can learn the wisdom from the past history.
I thought that there must be something in the ancient past that I could learn later after college. Then I started searching.
Maybe that reason. So your college, you majored the history.
Yes, that was one reason. But now I remember the something very unusual. Elementary school, around the same age. I don't know what time of night it was, but a person appeared in my room, and he was not very tall, and he was wearing white clothes. And he had his arms folded like that, and he was standing, and he was like tapping his foot on the ground. And somehow I was not afraid, but I was wondering, how did he get into the house? Who is the stranger in my house? How did he get in? How did he get into my room?
Yes.
There's no explanation. So, but for some reason I wasn't afraid. And he was just kind of like, and I heard like, the thought came to my mind. The thought entered my mind, hurry up and grow up, there's important work to be done. He did not speak this, but that's a thought that came to my mind, that the person, that when I saw this figure, and then after a while, this image kind of faded and disappeared. Where did he come from? Where did he go? I don't know.
That time you are in dreamer.
This was when I was about 10 years old. It was not a dream.
Not a dream.
Not a dream. The person actually appeared in my room when I was about 10 years old, 10 or 11 or something like that.
What he looked like?
I said he was dressed in white, not tall, and he was not old, not young. I don't remember how but Baba was short. Baba was only 5'3", and this person was about that height. And so I thought, when I grow up, maybe I will understand what happened. But for now, I didn't tell anybody because they would think you're crazy, So I never told anybody. At that, I didn't tell my family.
So
I didn't tell my friends.
Only you see that person, and that person watching you.
He crossed his arms. It was like his foot was like tapping his foot on the floor.
Oh.
Hurry up and grow up. There's important work to be done. I couldn't understand, but then later I came to understand that person was Baba. There's a song. Do you know it? Kego to me achena. And in that story, he tells about how a person had this similar experience, that Baba came without knocking. He came in, the door was locked, the windows were closed, and Baba came before them and explained, don't cry, don't worry, all these things are happening according to God's will. Don't worry so much. And that was my experience.
So that time you didn't know because you are so young.
Yeah. I didn't know anything about Ananda Marga. I didn't know anything about Baba.
But you keep the memory.
I remember that story. It was not a dream. Someone appeared in front of my. I was lying in bed. A person was standing in the room nearby the bed. I thought, well, when I grow up, maybe I will understand later. Now I understand why I was not happy with the jobs that I was in, because Apparently, God had different plans for me.
Yes, yes. So spatially.
That was very unusual. I always remembered that because it was so unusual. So that was something special about my childhood.
Yes. So after you come back from India, you still stay in New York?
Yes, I still stayed in New York. I didn't go back home. Maybe visiting for a couple days, but I stayed and lived in New York.
Your LFT life.
Yes.
So you enjoy?
Well, enjoy. It was also culture shock because
Why?
some of the Dadas, their behavior was different from American behavior.
Different.
Their cultural differences were there.
Their culture is India, or?
Yeah, they were Indian workers, Indian Dadas, and so it took some adjusting to their accent and to their mannerisms and their style and their behavior.
How do you together with different cultural Dada?
Well, you learn by clash.
You can learn many things.
Yeah. Because the different culture people act and think differently. So then, after some time, I don't remember how long it was, I decided to become Dada.
Oh.
And
so meaning you become LFT long time?
3 years. I was 3 years as an LFT.
Yes.
And then eventually I decided to become Dada.
Baba